What is up, guys? Jay Combs here from Our Home Real Estate with Coach Jay Combs. We're going to hit you today on actually how to take your occupation, turn it to your business. Let me get a few people on here. If you're watching this, hit the share button, hit the like button. Also hit the Real Talk Monday hashtag Real Talk Mondays. Once again, today we're going to go into how to transition your hobby and actually turn it into a business. So I've been involved with over almost $75 million worth of real estate transactions in the last 2.5 years. My goal is to take agents and actually grow them and teach them, not only agents, but people in all the sales background and teach them on how to grow a business. So what I need from you guys, if you are watching this while we're getting a few subscribers on here, if you can click the share button and then let me know who's on here. Let me see here. Can someone give me a quick comment so I can see if they're coming up below? Okay. So are you getting any so I'm still a rookie at this live podcast. But if you guys are out there, go ahead and give me a quick comment. Let me know you're there. But today, once again, we're going to go into how to take your occupation, turn it into a business. So the biggest thing that people do whenever they're starting a business is, hey, Amy, what's going on? Let me see here. Okay, it doesn't let me know who's watching this. Man, I need 2 phones next time. Anyways, guys, give me a hashtag Real Talk Mondays, and we're going to get right into it. So when I first got into the business, and in fact, any business that I've ever been a part of, it was kind of a, hey, good luck, go get it. And in our business, I feel like that's why most people fail, is because they don't have the guidance. But what I'm going to do and go over today is actually how to go into your business and transition your business from a hobby per se or an occupation and actually turn that into a tangible business, right? So most people, let me go ahead and give a few waves. Man, I don't like not being able to see it. Guys, let me see. Okay, Jeremiah, what's going on, my buddy? I'm looking for some of my guys to tune in here. In fact, I'm gonna wait a minute or so to check this out. Guys, do you like, I need y'all to comment, do y'all like having a whiteboard behind me? Oh yeah, can I see that? Real Talk Mondays. My dude, listen man, if y'all don't have a Brian in y'all's life, y'all need one. My dude from the Red 5 crew, he's a beast. Actually, man, I think I am getting it now. I'm just getting a little bit delayed screen. Do you need this back? You'll need it? Okay, cool. So, guys, so my goal here, the whole goal with this whole podcast in Real Talk Mondays is how to transition you guys. Most people come in on Mondays, oh man, like, I live for the weekend. I'm trying to get you guys out of that mindset. And if y'all have a plan in place, it's not going to be dreading Monday. It's going to be thank God it's Monday. And that's where I'm trying to get everybody to get into the habit of and change their mindset, change their perspective on how to actually go and create a business that's worth something. So let me do this, guys. Give me a share. And then Real Talk Mondays. Anyways, so I'm gonna dig right in, guys. So so whenever somebody's just in the business, you go out and it's like, okay, what do I do? And I don't care what it is. What's up, Brian? What's up, Taylor? Go ahead, guys. I need you guys to get me a share. Share this out because I want to impact not only my news feed, but your news feed as well. So I'm going to drop some serious bombs. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I did to go from zero in the business to almost $75 million worth of real estate transactions. I've also been involved with millions of dollars in sales. I've been in retail. I've been in anything that you can imagine type of sales. I've been there. And I want to help you guys take, if you're in MLM, if you're in insurance, if you're in the mortgage business, I don't care what business you're in. I know that if you guys use the techniques that I have, you guys will be able to excel and do that. So if you guys see this, give me a hashtag Real Talk Mondays, and then also give me a share so that I can help your people. So the first thing that you need to dive into, right, and what most people, they just live, right? So like if they go out and they sell a product, depending on whatever your commission is or whatever your salary is, if you're getting something of that nature, you need to identify what it costs for you to live, right? What is it going to cost you to be able to pay your mortgage, pay your car, pay whatever your monthly bills are? And not only that, you need to get whatever that is. I'm going to dive in, guys. And if this fails, it's okay. What is the cost to live? How much is it costing you to sustain, just to live? And then also, you need the cost of business. Yeah. So the cost of the business as well. So this is where people, they just go out and they fly by night, and that's why most people fail, is because they don't have an action plan. So first you need to identify what it costs you to live, and then also what is the cost of your business. So if you're new in the business, this should be a lot lower. This should be a lot lower, your cost of living. If you do it right, it's going to stay the same. If you're making, let's say that you're used to making $40,000 and then you start making $100,000. Well, the goal is to still live like you're making $40,000, but now you've got a $60,000 surplus, and that way you can reinvest back into your company. We're going to get into that. So once you've identified, these two, let's just say for simple math, all in all, the cost to your live and the cost of business is $10,000. So that's $120K a year. So now you know that, okay, just to survive, I've got to be producing $10K a month. So whatever you're at, then you need to go out and, Aaron, what is up, my dude? Matt, what's going on? Brian, Taylor, Erica, let me get a share. But you need to identify what it costs to run your business. So if you're just going out and you're selling a product and you're making a commission and you spend it, like that's why people fail in this business, is because there's no preparation. So once you've identified what it costs to live and your cost of business, then you need to go out and identify how many times you need to sell a product or how many times you need to close in order to hit that. So let's say, for instance, that per every deal or per every roof that you put on a house or per every contract that you write, that you're going to make, $5,000, right? And then I'm just using simple numbers. Whatever yours is, you need to know your numbers. That's the important part. Once you know your numbers, you can go and say, hey, listen, okay, if I need to make $10K a month, well, if one transaction's $5,000, well, most people's thinking, well, now I need 2 transactions. This is, let me take this off. This is, sorry guys, I'm getting a phone call. You need to go, and this is after tax. So really, if it's going to be 2 transactions to get you 10K, well, you need to do 2.5, 3 transactions to get you there, because you're going to have to pay Uncle Sam. He's not going to not get his. So once you've identified that, what is it going to actually take for you to hit your goal, right? So whenever you have that, so now you're at, let's just say 2.5 deals a month times 12. That's going to be your goal, right? So that is 24 plus 6. That's 30 deals a year. 30 deals a year. So now you've got to do 30 deals a year. So you have to identify, okay, how many times do I need to go out and take action? So like if you're in real estate and you need to sell 30 homes a year to hit your cost of living plus some, well, that's just to survive. So this is your just break even. This isn't your vacation. This isn't a new car. This isn't extra expenses. This is just your cost to live and run your business. And that's why, once again, that's why most people fail, is because they go and they just start spending and they commission breath. They get in a situation to where they haven't put structure, because really you need to have, in my opinion, 6 months of your bills put aside, in case anything happens. But let's reverse engineer that. So I've got a goal. I need to get 30 closed transactions in a year. Okay, how do you get that? That's easy to say, but how do you get that? So let's just say that per every 25 calls, you get an appointment, right? So 25 calls get you an appointment. You're going to get, let's just say, 50% of all the appointments going on. You need to go out and make minimum 50 calls per one listing or one buyer, and not all those are going to be able to sell. So you've got to first identify what your numbers are. You have to track it, right? So once you've identified your goals, you need to reverse engineer it. So 30 deals in a year. Now I need to identify what actions, what daily disciplines do I need to do in order to hit those goals. So for me, it's generally per every 25 calls I make, I'm going to set one appointment. And per every one appointment, I'm going to get typically around 75% of those, but let's just say 50 because it's easier. I'm not that good in math. So I need to make 50 calls to get 2 appointments. That's going to be one solid transaction. Let's say that all of those close, which that's being overzealous. But let's say that 100% of your deals close. Now I know that 50 calls is going to get me 1. So 50 times 30, that's 1,500 phone calls that I need to make an entire year to actually get that. And that's assuming that everything sells. Nothing falls through, right? So need to reverse engineer that. But you have to track your numbers then. So I've identified my goal, right? Now I've identified what it's going to take action-wise. Well, you've got to track those. If you're not tracking your numbers daily, well, then you don't know. So at the end of the week, when you're behind, you haven't tracked how many calls. Well, now you're like, okay, I don't know where my numbers are at. But what I think, if you can simplify everything down, is going to be your daily routine. Absolutely. What's up, Tyson? My dude, I was just talking about you today. But your daily routine. What are you doing daily in order to hit those goals? So once you've hit those goals, you've written them down, you've got an action plan. Let me see here. I gotta minimize this. Hey Jay, Aaron Jones, you hear me giving you a shout out, bro? I'm talking about selling roofs over here. Once again, guys, hey, this is Jay Combs, Coach Jay Combs, going to you live today on how to take your occupation, turn it to a business. What's going on, Gary? If you guys don't know, you can follow me on Facebook. You can definitely find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Coach J Combs. Instagram, Coach J Combs. It's really simple. If you type in Coach J Combs, you're going to be able to find it. Or you can go to CoachJC.com. But let's get back to it. So knowing your numbers. So once you've been able to do that, so like for my team, for instance, every single day, we try to go out and have 50 calls, 50 notes added into our system. So once we're doing that, now I can go and I pull a daily report, and I sit my team down and I go over. I'm like, look, hey, this is the actions that you put to hit your goal, and they're not my goals; it's their goals. My goals aren't going to reflect your goals. Everyone's going to have different ones, but I'll go and I'll sit them down. Hey, look, you told me you want to do X, Y, Z. You're going to use the money that you made in this business to go out and fund, this. And so if they're not hitting their goals, it's they're not committed to whatever they had. Like one of my agents is getting married. So his goal is to put enough money aside so he can pay off his wedding and pay cash for it. So whenever I see him not hitting goals, I'm like, hey, dude, your soon-to-be wife is about to kick your ass because you're not hitting your goals. What's up, Jason? But let's bring it back here. Let me get back to my notes. Guys, give me a share on this. I know that this is going to be valuable. If people actually implement this, they're going to be able to do good things with it. What's a good tool to keep track of costs? We'll get into that, Taylor. That's a great question. So one of my viewers had asked to keep track of costs. I like to put everything on one card so I can get a monthly report on what I'm spending. But if you're new in the business, you need to be spending very minimum. You need to be contacting everything that's free, contacting your sphere of influence, things of that nature, so you're not, and then it will snowball. Daily activities. That's what I was getting back to. Daily activities. So if you need to sell you need to close on 2 houses every single month. Well, how many calls are you making? How many open houses are you doing? How many personal touches are you going? How many personal visits are you going to people that are actually influencers? How many networking groups are you in? If you're not, well then you're one step short from actually being able to obtain those goals. But that's going to be huge, guys. You got to write it down, and you have to reverse engineer it. So once you do that, once you've identified what your daily routine, and that's the biggest thing for anyone, is their daily structure. Because big goals are harder to track, but if you make them smaller goals, and you can say, hey, every single day I need to contact at minimum 20 people in order to hit this goal. Now it's okay. Look, hey, I'm checking off. I made this call. Okay, I'm going out to visit this person. I got to follow up on this. If you guys aren't using a CRM, that's one thing that I would advise you guys to get is a CRM, so you can track these numbers. But yeah, I mean, if there's no goal, there's no future for you. I mean, there's no way. I mean, that's why people go out of business every single day. I mean, and this isn't just real estate. This isn't just any sales. You see people like I think a lot of where my growth came from was actually multi-level marketing, network marketing. That was it was a massive action game plan. But even then, like I took a lot of massive action, but I didn't track. Like, okay, how many times am I going out and setting a personal visit, or how many times am I going out and reaching out to these people in order to actually be able to convert those? And once you know your conversions, then you can actually be able to track those. Any questions, guys? The whole thing is I want to be able to interact with you guys. Any questions that you guys have for me, I'd love to answer those questions for you. What's up, Blake? Saw you took out the boat the other week. Must have been nice. But yeah, so okay, awesome. So guys, I've got about 5 minutes left in here before we shut this down. But once you know your cost of business, cost of living, you identify what your goal is. And once again, guys, this is just to break even. This is not, funding your college tuition. So if you want to do that, you've got to increase those numbers. But anybody that's struggling with that, anyone that doesn't know how to necessarily maybe hit those goals, send me a private message. I'd love to go over and identify what your action plans are and find out what your conversions are, because once you have identified that, it just makes everything a whole lot simpler. When you have to go out and you say, hey, I've got to do 1,500 phone calls in a year, and I've got to do 400 personal visits. I've got to go out and set all these appointments. Well, if you can identify it and do it on a daily basis, it's a whole lot easier. It's a whole lot easier to make 20 contacts in a day versus thousands of contacts in a year, right? So if you can do that and you can hold yourself accountable, then it's no problem. And that's why, like, people that are laser focused on the daily goals, at the end of the year they supersede whatever they're thinking, because they're like, man, I identified, and they kept it simple. When you have these big monster goals, it's hard to hold yourself accountable to those things unless you're keeping it small. So the biggest thing I'm going to go into following that is your daily routine, your daily structure. So for me, and what I've found to work the best is I always go out and have a morning routine, and I've done it since I've been in the business for 2.5 years. I've always made outbound prospecting calls first thing in the morning. It's what works for me. It's what's worked for my team, and that's what we find that's going to be the most beneficial is making those calls every single morning, and then doing follow-up. So I'll go out first thing in the morning. I'm hitting 2 or 3 different types of outbound leads. Then I'm going to inbound leads. Any inbound leads that I haven't touched before, I haven't had contact. So I'll go through and I do it in like a hot scale, right? I'm going to go out first thing. I'm going to go out and touch the brand new leads. Then I'm going to go and hit the leads that I didn't hit yesterday or didn't get in contact. Then I'm going to go up in my follow-ups. Then I'm going to go into the people that I see are using our site but haven't contacted. So I'm going through it. And at the end of the day, it's like, okay, if I've actually went through the progress, I would have easily hit those numbers. What is up, Dusty? But anyway, guys, give me some feedback. If y'all have any questions, I'd love to help you guys out. I'm doing this to help people. I want to take people. I want success stories. In fact, just since I've started posting these things, I've had a tremendous amount of people that have reached out to me privately and said, man, thank you for that. I was actually dealing with this. This is my personal story. This is my testimony on this. Because of your videos, it gave me, I already knew what I was supposed to be doing, but it just instilled that I needed to take action upon that. So that's what I'm here for. I'm not doing this for shits and giggles. I want to help people out, and really I want to encourage people and get them out of that rut, right? Get them out of the not knowing, give them the action plan so they can do it. But at the end of the day, no matter what, guys, you are in control of whatever you're going to do. I hope that people 10x these. When I first got in the business, I said, hey, I told them I wanted to make $500,000 a year in real estate, and a couple people scratched their head and thought I was crazy. My company's going to did last year, and we're already over $1 million in commissions paid out to all of our agents because of massive action and taking care of people. But we track our goals daily. I don't know a whole lot of teams that have been able to do that, but I know that we're obsessed with tracking our everything daily and holding each other accountable. It's not just, hey, is Jay holding everybody accountable? Now, like, the team will go out and hold each other accountable. If one person's not doing it, we see the, how many appointments this person's got, where they're like, okay, well, crap, now I need to go out and do it. So I want to encourage you guys, if y'all have questions, please comment. Give me a like, give me a share. The more questions you guys give me, the more information that I can tell you guys. I can tell y'all, personal stories, but I want to be able to take other people's success stories and post these and bring people in. I plan on having a few guests with us. Last week I had Erica. She's been in business for 9 or 10 months, $5.5 million worth of real estate sold in that short amount of time. And I want to bring other people. So any questions, if y'all have a personal testimony, I'd love to share it with you guys. Thanks, guys. I'm out here. Tune in, like the page, share this, go to YouTube, Coach Jay Combs. If you guys are looking to buy or sell any real estate, I've got a whole team that would love to help you guys out. And actually, guys, just so y'all know, this is my fiance's. I'm not the boss of this house, but I always have to put a disclaimer out here. But if y'all have any questions, you guys can reach out. If y'all have any real estate questions, you can call my office at 865-851-8355 or go into tnhomefinder.com. If you have any questions about coaching or questions about what your team's struggling with, I'd love to help you guys out there as well. You can go to coachjc.com or you can follow me. I've got this podcast. We come out here every single Monday to go out no matter where I'm at. We're going to be in Vegas next week. We're still going to come live to you there. And I hope to help you guys. I hope you guys got some value out of this. And any other questions you guys have, please give me a shout. Love to answer them for you.